giving contract to someone to do, say the road construction, there's no need of saying, you market women, come, let them cut some portion of it and give you so that you build the waters. What do they know about typical road construction? There are certain things you don't toy away with. If those elements of development were in place, I wouldn't be going back to spend money on all the startings on road construction within the city here. All the solar lights we're mounting up and putting out there. You know, we have a number of building infrastructure that collapsed, including the state secretariat, a 42, 43-year-old structure, which then was number one in the entire nation. But either nobody cared or they cared less. So we have to come back and begin afresh. So I think we truly need a rethinking, a new way of patriotism. If you ask those people, they say, well, that's the fashion of patriotism, they know. But there must be a common standard of being patriotic. And if people understand this, I think we'd be in a better place. But that was a kind of a shock I got. So if we said, okay, this is what a few of you want, so we'll do what you want. I have a name. I'm a priest. Is it that the priests cannot get into politics? If people say politics is a dirty game, that is the place that we must have reverend fathers to come and clean up. And that is my ideology. So I knew it was broken. So I came in to fix it. So when you say you don't need to bother yourself fixing it, but we can help you break some more. Haba. There's something called reputation. You know, a good name is better than money. Where I've come from, in my village. So, I'm grateful that we made the number of strides.
Your Excellency.
See, the secret we came to the table with was very simple. I told my team we must be very sincere with the Benue people. Almost all people in the state knew that people were cashing in on insecurity. That people deliberately caused a number of harm to the poor citizenry. That people invited those who destabilized or those who were like accessories to the destabilization they wanted. So I told them I cannot be an accomplice of that. Neither would I be, a champion of it at any point at all. We must think very differently. The poor people have suffered. So we came in on a new slate. So let us do what will be very beneficial to them. Be very sincere on the approaches we are bringing. We have relative peace today because we're staying on the lane of this sincerity. There's no need for you to go and cry wolf down there when people come and then you slaughter them and then you go crying to the federal government to give you money so that you come and take care of business. And then there's no need in sending people, in inciting the young people to go steal cows, rustle the cows, and then come and give you, and there would be a reprisal. When the reprisal came, lives would be lost. So one bad man was in some corner orchestrating a number of things and was cashing in. The poor people were being buried every day. So we took another route. We would do security, but it has to be very targeted and deliberate. So if we discover any individual inciting a group of young people or being responsible for this, we'll make sure you pay for it. Some formal announcement will be made in the next 10 days. We push a number of things. There's some works going on now behind closed doors. Just to round up on any announcements we're going to make. All the road infrastructure are portions to all the local governments. We're trying to make intrastate connectivity, and that involves so much, but it's something that is so dear to my heart. If we do that, we will lessen so many troubles. So we're still going to do that. It's important that this point in Otukpo is a very old town, and this point in Otukpo definitely requires that. It's kind of a melting point. Those going to the north by this axis, and then those going further south by this axis. So it's there's a lot of traffic in there. So we like to lessen it, and not only create beauty, but also do something that is very modern, to even to gain more access. We don't want someone to come in all the way from the east to travel to Abuja. You get into Otukpo and then you are stuck for a very long time. It wouldn't help. So that is our target, and that is the plan. So, and truly we mean it. So in the next 10 days, we are going to unroll a number of the local government projects that we intend in the next 1 year to accomplish. Was I overwhelmed? The answer is no. As I mentioned earlier, I was shocked at what a few elites would do to keep the entire state in dungeon, because it was targeted. You know, that Benue was a poor state, and Benue wasn't welcoming to development, and there were no funds, for the state to be developed. What I've done in the last year is I've never taken any bank loan. I've never taken any loan from any source. I want the poor masses of Benue just to have a feel of transparency and true, good, democratic governance. Just to be accountable. So, we have demonstrated this for them to understand that a few individuals were cashing in fat on the entire Benue. And so, it was my responsibility to have them exposed. I didn't have to talk. But whatever we got in there had to be properly channeled. The pension, the demurrage on salaries and pension and gratuity, you'll be so shocked to hear that it's in billions of naira. Is it that the federal government could not support the state? The federal government supported. And then it tells you that there was a calibration, that people must stay poor, people must be suffered. That is not democracy. That is not the renewed hope agenda. The renewed hope agenda we all came on board with, our president came on board with, is the practicality of what a poor person can gain. How we can, remove that veil so that they see the light. They come to the light and they exercise and work in the light. This is the new democracy we have brought to bear. And this is why certain decisions are quite hard to make. For quite some time, I didn't have a car to drive as a governor. For 9 months, I did not have a car to drive. But I managed the car I had during the campaigns. That was what I was back and forth with here. It was a difficult decision for me to make, but we had to do it. I could have conscripted the money for pensions, the money for salaries to do this. But I knew the people were burning so badly that they needed some cushioning. I needed some cushioning myself because I knew the demands were already tall.